Hello, my friends. I was just wanting to get online here and just wishing everyone a happy Thanksgiving. I hope it's a blessed one for you. This is the first year in a while that I've been able to be a full-time keeper at home. I'm retired, and that's how I got to do it. But I'm still caring for my father. But I'm able to spend today, this afternoon, doing the things, get preparing for Thanksgiving that I didn't normally get to do. I would have to try to squeeze it in during the nights and such, and I'm sure many of you know what that's like. Today is Wednesday, and right now I have a turkey breast in the crock pot. I followed the recipe. There was one online about putting the gravy on top with a cup of chicken broth, poetry seasoning, and I did a little salt and pepper and onion powder. Onion, onion powder. We'll see how that turns out. And I believe I'm supposed to cook it on high for about 3 hours or on low for about 5. But I'm gonna just have it on high at first, just to get everything good and hot in there, and then I'm gonna cut it down to low. Then I've got just a turkey breast in the oven right now because both wouldn't fit in my crock pot, and that's one that I got. It's a Jenny O, and it's already in a packet. It's like in a plastic wrap, and you punch holes in it and you just bake it. And I've done those many times before, and they're really good. And I'm fixing to put sweet potatoes in the oven so I can make sweet potato casserole. And I do use it where I do the brown sugar and pecans and butter and flour on top. And I'm going to share that recipe. I'm going to show you how to make my green bean casserole this afternoon in a different video, so it'll be uploaded. I do it a little differently, and I have for many years. I was putting cheese in it way before most people do. And instead of cream of mushroom, I use cream of chicken. And I drain all the green bean juice out, and I use pepper and then the onion bits. And that's how I make it. It is so good, and it's not runny and juicy. It's just kind of a crispy casserole that's really good. And I can't wait to share that with you. I'm going to make one, almost bake it all this afternoon, and in the morning I'll put it in the oven with the onion bits, and then I'll just kind of take a picture of it and have that for my photo at the beginning. So you'll see what it looks like. I'm not real good at editing different videos together, and I won't really have time tomorrow to do that. But I wanted to read to you just this little excerpt. As many of you know, I'm a real big fan of Elisabeth Elliot, and I wanted to read to you about her being a keeper at home. And that's kind of pretty much what my channel is about. I love it when I have other people come, because I do a lot of scripture and just different things. And I know I'm not the greatest in the world on talking in front of people, but I'm just kind of like a real person. I'm just not, everyone's real, but I'm not good at doing a lot that they do. So, and I think it's wonderful that you're able to do all that, but I don't really have the time or the know-how or the equipment. So, but I want to read this to you, and I hope you'll enjoy it. Elisabeth Elliot viewed being a keeper at home as a calling that involves finding joy in daily, often unseen tasks through a glad surrender to God. She taught that homemaking is a significant and holy work that can be a form of spiritual discipline, and that faithfulness in these small, unseen tasks is an important way to serve God. She also famously advised, "Do the next thing," for those struggling with the mundane chores. A spiritual calling. Elisabeth Elliot believed that the work of tending to a home and a family is part of God's plan for humanity and a way to serve Him. Joy in the mundane. She taught that finding contentment and purpose in routine tasks is possible by doing them with the right heart, gladly, and for the glory of God. Just do the next thing. A core piece of advice she gave was to simply focus on and complete the task immediately in front of you, without dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Home is a place of peace. She saw the home as a place that should be characterized by peace, humility, purity, and love for God, as well as trust in His providence. A blend of grit and grace. Her approach to homemaking was described as having a blend of grit and grace, emphasizing both practical faithfulness and spiritual surrender. I just wanted to share that with all of you. She's a wonderful person to read about. I really love her books. I'm not a real big fan of many of the other authors of today. Uh, but I just like the old type books, but look her up if you don't know who she is. But I really love that about the mundane. And I did recently a video of just washing dishes, and I listen to I try to listen to radio stations, but there's so many um, just commercials and such. So most of the time, I'll listen to Bible Broadcasting Network, or I'll listen to certain things on YouTube. A lot of times, I can't sit down and watch the video, but I will listen to it. It just depends on what they're doing. If they're cooking something, I need to watch that. I'll do that. Um, I love to listen to Tim Janis, and he has a lot of beautiful Christmas music too. If you're looking for that, it's all instrumental and there's no ads in the middle. So it'll go on for hours and hours with no ads, only in the beginning and the end. So that's really cool. And, and I love the old Kroners and stuff. But I also listen to Bible Gateway, so I can listen to the Old Testament. I listen to the Old Testament, and I'm reading out of the New right now. I'm trying to finish up Mark so that I'll be starting Luke 1 on December 1st. So I'll get through the whole book of Luke in December. And I try to do that every year. But anyway, I hope you all have a blessed day. I'm going to get in there right now. Like I said, I've got several things in the oven, but I'm going to be making cornbread in a minute for my dressing. And I've already chopped up all the celery and the onions for that. I'll make that in the morning, though. And there's only going to be 3 over here eating with me, but I'll be taking a plate to my father. He doesn't want to come over, and I'll be taking some to my son on Friday, my other son who has to work. He's a paramedic. But that's about it. But I'll usually have enough left over for a couple of days. So I won't be seeing any grandkids this year. I haven't seen my granddaughter in 6 years maybe. So that's what happens when divorce kind of comes into people's lives. But sad to say, I get to see pictures of her sometimes on Instagram. So anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'm going to let you go for now, and I'll be looking for my recipe on sweet potato casserole and green bean casserole. Cheesy green bean casserole. Have a blessed day.